Is it time to just leave the Titanic alone and let the dead rest? The old dead, or the Titanic wants more victims. The Titanic killed the Titan, what's next? Someone's gonna try to find the submarine to look at it 50 years later, and they'll call their new submarine Tit, and it'll sink too? Then it happens again with one called T. Emo. Visiting the wreck of the Titanic is about the same as trying to climb to the top of Mount Everest. Just because you can does not mean you should. I mean, at least have a certified and regulated submarine before you visit the ruins of the Titanic. Unfortunately, they knew the risks and still decided to go. A lesson for next time, and hopefully, the next time isn't through OceanGate. I mean, I think that it is interesting and it would be cool to see. So I don't know. They're dead, what the hell do they care? As long as you're not in some dangerous, not safe for you submarine, then I say go for it if you want to look. I'd love to see it, but I'm too afraid of submarines, and now my fears are kind of validated, lol. The Titanic is a special case, as a wreckage deep down on the bottom of the ocean. But it's a historical site, and of course we keep these and have access to most of these historical sites on the world. Yes, the Titanic is a graveyard, but today, there's nothing there anymore. It's not like that there would be bodies floating around in the water. It's not like the tourists in the sub would have seen some dead people and making bad jokes about the fate these people had when the ship sank. But with the argument let the dead rest, you could close most historical sites, because on many sites, people died. Should we not let access you a castle as a tourist, here in Europe, because people died there in sieges and maybe some unlucky prisoners in the dungeons? Should we close the sites where the old cultures like the Mayas sacrificed humans to the gods? Should we close the site of KZ Auschwitz, because there more than 1 million people were killed in the most evil crimes of history? Sometimes, it's better to leave it open and accessible, to remind the people about what happened there in history. Don't get me wrong, with the Titanic, it's because it is down in the deep. If it would be a museum ship and people could visit it, of course they'd do it. The question is more, do you really want to take the danger for going deep down there to see the original wreckage? For me, it's a no, but for the people in the sub, it was a yes. They took the risks, it got wrong, and maybe they are dying right now when I'm writing this. Actually, the oxygen lasts for around 2 hours more when I look at the news reports about the time for the rescue. I'm sorry for what happens to the people in the sub, but they knew the risks. They knew, when something goes wrong, they are screwed and a rescue is almost impossible. But this goes for all these adventures. Do you want to get to the top of the Mount Everest, but you get lost in a snowstorm? Then you pay the price for your decision to go there.